ਦੋਸਤੋ, ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਤਹਿ ਦਿਲੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਕਰਗੁਜ਼ਾਰ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇੰਨਾ ਮਾਣ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ। ਮੈਂ 1986 ਵਿੱਚ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਕੈਮਰਾ ਖਰੀਦਿਆ ਸੀ। ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰੇ ਕੈਮਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਦੱਸਾਂਗਾ। ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਕੈਮਰਾ ਖਰੀਦਿਆ ਸੀ, ਉਦੋਂ ਮੇਰਾ ਖਾਸ ਗੋਲ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ, ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਦਾਦਾ ਜੀ, ਦਾਦੀ ਜੀ ਅਤੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਮੈਂਬਰਸ ਦੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਬਣਾਵਾਂ। ਅਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਥੋਂ 6 ਟੇਪਾਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਅਤੇ ਤਕਰੀਬਨ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਉਹ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ, ਅਤੇ ਕੁਛ ਸਕੂਲ ਦੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਬਣਾਈ ਅਤੇ ਕੁਛ ਆਪਣੇ ਪਿੰਡ ਦੀਆਂ ਗਲੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਅਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਦੀ ਅਤੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਦੀ ਬਣਾਈ ਸੀ। ਅਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਮੈਂ ਫਿਰ ਹੋਰ ਯਾਦਾਂ ਬਣਾਉਣੀਆਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਸੀ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਦੇਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹਿਣਗੀਆਂ। ਅਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹੋ, ਅਤੇ ਕੁਝ ਹੋਰ ਯਾਦਾਂ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਾਸ, ਉਹ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕਰਦਾ ਰਹਾਂਗਾ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬੜੀ ਹੈਰਾਨੀ ਹੋਈ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਕੁਝ ਦਰਸ਼ਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਕੁਝ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਜੋ ਬਣਾਈਆਂ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਉਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੀਆਂ ਪੁਰਾਣੀਆਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਨੇ, ਅਤੇ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜੋ ਅਗਲੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਦਿਖਾਇਆ ਨੇ। ਉਹ ਟੇਪਾਂ ਵੀ ਜੋ ਓਰੀਜਨਲ ਟੇਪਸ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ, ਅਤੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਆਉਣਗੀਆਂ। ਅਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬੜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾਤਰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀਡੀਓਜ਼ ਪਸੰਦ ਆਈਆਂ ਨੇ, ਅਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਪੂਰੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਦਾ ਰਹਾਂਗਾ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਦੇਰ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਾਸ ਹੈ, ਅਤੇ ਦਿਖਾਉਂਦਾ ਰਹਾਂਗਾ ਅੱਗੇ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਹੈ, ਅਤੇ ਬਣਾਉਂਦਾ ਰਹਾਂਗਾ। ਅਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦਾ ਹਾਂ। ਅਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜੋ ਮੈਂ ਕੈਮਰੇ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰਦਾ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਦੇਖੋ। Well folks, you always wanted to know the cameras I used to film all these videos starting from 1986. This is the first camera. It's a Sony Video 8 AF autofocus that I bought in 1986. That's the camera that was used most of the time from 86 onward, and then the other cameras came into picture. This was the workhorse. It is a little bit heavier. It uses the 8mm tape, and it made so many memories for me and you and the world. I'm gonna show you around it. This is the other side of it. You can see the tape deck. Now this camera is not working because the tape deck won't open. The camera is working, but the tape deck will not open, so I can put a tape and run it. It did a great job. It is my heart and soul. You can see there's a microphone with the foam cover, and then there was a viewfinder. This you can turn it around and put it on your shoulder, the strap and the power supply. You can run it off the power supply, or there's a battery. So this is one of the greatest camera that I ever had, and I can never forget it. This was the second camera. It's a Canon i8. This is the one we took it to Haridwar and Hemkund Sahib. For some reason we were passing through a cloud, and it shorted the viewfinder, so I could not see anything. It has a viewfinder. There was no screen in those days, so I was left with a camera with no viewfinder, so I could not make any more videos because I couldn't see what I was shooting. But it did a great job. We had the viewfinder replaced and finally got another camera. As you can see, the beauty of this camera. The battery goes there. We'll take you to the next camera. This was the next camera. It is a Hitachi, not was a. It did a great job, but I started having some problem with it because it's one of the motors started making noise. So all the videos made in the later part when I was shooting with this camera has a motor running, but the pictures were great. So we had very nice memories with this camera. It is still working. I think after the Hitachi I got this JVC, which was they were claiming kind of very nice features. It's also digital, but I was so disappointed. It cost me more than $1,100, but the results were not that great. It used a different kind of tape. It was not an 8mm, it was a smaller tape. I still have those tapes. This camera is fully functional. And after that, actually, I got the Sony Digital 8 that we just showed you, because this camera had supposedly a lot of features. I took this one to Australia, so all the shooting done in Australia and some here is by this camera. You might have seen some, I don't know. So we'll go to the next camera, which is another Sony. Well, next came the Sony Digital 8. So it was not an analog, so it was a digital camera. I actually lost the original camera, so I have to buy another one to play the tapes. The original camera was lost in Chicago. We went for a conference and we were in a taxi and I was shooting some film, and accidentally I put it on the seat. When we were getting out, I left it on the seat and we could not recover it. But this is exactly the same camera, and it was wonderful. It could convert the analog tapes to digital. So whatever the analog tapes that were made with those cameras, I was able to convert them to digital onto the hard drives. Although I had a hard drive failures, I lost some of the videos. So whatever I have, I just put it up there. Now by this time they started saying Handycam. Now this is a high definition camera and it's fully functional. I'm actually using this camera to do the video streaming from the Gurdwara. Oh. And it is working fine. I got this camera in 2009 when we were going to India, and we went few places, and this camera made a lot of memories. So this was the camera before I got my 4K camera, which I'm using right now to shoot the film. You might have seen it in the photos that I put in there, because I cannot show you this camera because I'm using this camera to show you all the other cameras. There they are, lined up on the bed. Actually they are resting. They did a lot of great work for me. I love them. I'm pretty sure you will like them too. This was the workhorse, the camera that I won't even sell it for $1 million. and there are the others. Well, I hope you enjoy this video to see exactly, because a lot of people have been asking me what kind of cameras I used, and was I using a smartphone? There were no smartphone in those days. These were the cameras. So they are, let's start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th I'm holding in my hand. Enjoy the day, evening or night, wherever you are. I love your feelings about everything that I put on the website. I will love to hear your comments. If you still have any questions about the cameras, you can actually look it up on the internet and get the details about all these cameras. Have a nice evening, day, or whatever time of the day or night it is. Bye.